Osho was shaking people up.
93 Rolls Royce.
99.
The most controversial guru. Everyone branded him like a sex guru.
Gen Zs are more open to Osho's philosophy. They are living like that. But imagine if Osho अपने टाइम पे उन्होंने भी ये चीजें नहीं करी होती तो आज तो सोसाइटी और भी बैकवर्ड होती ना.
The society is not ready for that kind of thing, right?
I know. Your mind is controlling you. You are not the master of your mind. Neo sannyas is that. सन्यासी है तो उसको ऐसे ही दिखना चाहिए, ऐसे कपड़े पहनने चाहिए. We are not creatures that were created to be tied and bound to one. ऐसे phases भी आए हैं जहाँ 4-4 दिन भूखी सो गई मैं. क्या करें पैसे में? Fulfill all your desires. He was saying satisfaction नहीं होगी तो तुम किसी भी धर्म की तरफ spiritual की तरफ नहीं बढ़ सकते. हम कलयुग में जीते हैं. कलयुग क्या है? Everything is darkness.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूँ राजेश मंदा. गोला टॉक्स के नए एपिसोड में सभी का स्वागत है. दोस्तों, आज हमारा गेस्ट जो हमारे स्टूडियो में आए हैं, शी इज़ नॉट ए नॉर्मल पर्सन. ऑथर भी है, एक्ट्रेस भी है, प्रोड्यूसर भी है एंड स्पिरिचुअल गुरु भी बोल सकते हैं आप. तो सब मिलकर वेलकम करते हैं रितिका आनंद जी को. रितिका जी, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका. कैसे हैं आप?
बिल्कुल ठीक, पर मैं गुरु नहीं हूँ, शिष्य हूँ. आई एम अ डिसाइपल, आई एम नॉट अ गुरु. But yeah, I'm feeling very nice and yeah, just relaxed and happy
awesome.
to be here.
तो आज हम जो डिस्कस करने वाले हैं, we're going to talk about the most controversial guru. So we're going to talk about ओशो के बारे में हम बात करने वाले हैं.
जी.
So see, everyone branded him like a sex guru, right? I want to understand कि ये sexuality और spiritual awakening का क्या link है? Because he said कि through sexuality spiritual awakening भी possible है, enlightenment possible है. So इसके ऊपर थोड़ा आप समझा पाएंगे हमें?
Actually, इसके बारे में मैंने काफ़ी बात करी है, but to take it on a different note, let me kind of simplify it. I'm getting an opportunity to talk about it again. Might as well simplify it a little bit more. So we go to the root of everything. The root of everything is energy, and everything is energy, right? It is your energy that raises itself in frequency and vibration when you're going through a spiritual awakening, or you're raising your spirit, as they say, through spirituality, meditative practices, yoga, whatever it is that you're doing to touch your spirit. Now, energy in itself is neutral. It is not positive, it is not negative, it is not sexual, it is not heartfelt, it is not mindful. Energy is energy. It's
True.
very neutral. तो जैसे जिस चक्रा से आप एक्सप्रेस करते हैं उसको, एंड एक्सप्रेशन इज ओनली नॉट थ्रू वर्ड्स, बट जिस चक्रा से आप एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, इट टेक्स दैट फॉर्म. इफ इट इज एक्सप्रेस थ्रू द मूलाधारा, देन इट बिकम्स सर्वाइवल एनर्जी. And if it is expressed from the sacral, then it becomes sexual energy or emotional energy. Also, your emotions, sort of base emotions, come from there. And animal instinct, jisko kehte hain, those are those 3 lower chakras. They are the lust, the greed, the desire, but also the drive, the determination, the motivation. Everything has 2 sides, shadow and light. So when you accept with shadow and light. And these 3 lower chakras जो है, इसमें से जब आप कोई भी चीज़ एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, so you are expressing through your animal instinct, which means ambition too.
Okay.
Strength, power, all of these things that we talk about in the world, in the karmic world right now, where people are, we are all in that, right? We lead from either desire or from ambition or from, like drive, determination, motivation. So these are all those base energies. Now, sexuality is also in one of those, the sacral, right? So when it is expressed through that, it becomes sexual energy. But it's possible to use the act of sexuality, and make it meditative. Make it a meditative process. Once the sexual act becomes meditative, and if both people who are involved in it are focused towards growing spiritually, their focus is in evolving spiritually, raising that energy from animal instinct to the heart, which is love, which is human intellect, as far as I'm concerned. But most of the planet humankind is operating right now on or through the lower
Okay.
chakras. So, from that perspective, he said that if humanity is right here, it is not bad because everything he taught was based on the Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, which is no energy is good or bad. It is just energy. You can learn to raise it and express it through a higher frequency.
Okay.
It just depends, right? And only those with that frequency will then be able to understand
Because a
you.
common
Then,
person cannot understand.
I mean, it's human intellect. Even if we are expressing from the heart, that's human intellect, like I said. So, yes, it depends. I know people who understand me very easily, understand Osho very easily. And then there are those who don't. It depends on where you are on your journey. And it's not that you have to like go through. Osho was the first guru to say that you can use sexuality to.
That's true.
Yeah, because he was unfiltered. He was like, it does not matter to me how the world sees me. What matters to me is how true I am to my dharma.
Okay.
And I don't want he was clear that he doesn't want it to be morose and deadline, but but he also expressed from like the heart. He also expressed beyond sexuality. He has talked about love from the perspective of lust, from the perspective of devotion, and from the perspective of prayer.
Okay.
These are the three layers. It's connected through love.
All right.
But then there is uh, he was the first, but now all the gurus are talking about it. They are not denying. They might not be as open and stuff, and they may not have written a book on it, but they are all teaching this, right?
True.
And personally, if you ask me, this is something that should be taught in schools. It should be. There should meditation and like the right form of how it is a very powerful act. The sexual act is a very powerful act. But can you use it for your evolution? Because or otherwise you're just stuck in momentary pleasure. But that momentary pleasure can done the right way, I mean, there's no right or wrong, but done the meditative way, can actually get two people that walk together and they raise themselves in
So
consciousness.
दोनों actual same frequency में होना भी जरूरी है, right?
नहीं, not necessary that both have to be in the same frequency, but both have to be focused towards the evolution of their frequency.
Okay. Because
One will pull the other in any case, not just in the sexual act, but in life itself. So that
because this
is-
particular act is seen like a pleasure or like for reproduction itself. That's the only thing. But
right
it's-
now.
Yeah.
But there is more to it. There's more to it. It's not just reproduction and pleasure. Like I said, like you can, if you're hungry for something, you will get it in the world. If you go seeking for it, you will get it in the world. Whatever you're hungry for, whatever it is, it can be lust, greed, anger, whatever it is that you desire,
Okay.
you can find. But it is very temporary satisfaction. Sex is also like that now. How you if you're practicing it for pleasure or for reproduction only, co-creation only, then it's just an act and it's very temporary. But if it is like a meditative process for you, which anything in life can become, it's just taboo. But with anything, you can make it a meditative practice, which meditation is what? Consistently being aware of your breath
Okay.
and consistently being able to see yourself in action, whatever that action is.
All right.
That is meditation. What else is it?
Okay.
Living a meditative life it needs practice to build that. But practice is not something that is doing it for you. It's happening in you through practice. But that is the thing. So that is meditation. And he simplified it to that extent. And yes, people cannot understand because I'm honestly telling you, people don't want to. If you want to understand, you will understand.
Okay. but you should be also in such environment to understand that. आप
Yes,
बाहर
if-
अब ऐसे करने की सोचोगे तो फिर they will tag you with something else.
Yeah, I mean, see, everybody gets tagged with something, especially when you're in the public eye. Everybody will get tagged with something or the other. So, yeah, it'll affect you. And then you have two options. You can choose to conform and become something that is more susceptible, or you can choose to be autonomous, which is what a guru will always teach. Um, you can be autonomous, you can be in your autonomy, and you can choose to express yourself knowing well that you're on the path of ultimate truth. And ultimately, all your three aspects, which is your mamakara, how you, uh, who you are, what you are, not who is more
Okay.
in the world, karmic world. Mamakara, what you are, ahankara, what you think you are, and anyakara, what people think you are.
Okay.
When all three are aligned, then you will completely be living in completion. The cycle will be completely, everything you touch will always complete, always
Okay.
complete. But, and then it is aligned. But that alignment, who has reached?
True.
Even enlightened beings have not reached that. Even enlightened beings are judged. So your anyakara is the last and is not in your control. The only thing that is in your control is your mamakara and your ahankara, which is your own, what you actually are, aligning that with what your idea of yourself is.
ट्रू एंड आपका प्रोफाइल मैंने देखा था जी.
हाँ.
तो इसमें आपने मेंशन किया था यू आर नियो सन्यासी.
जी.
बट मतलब सी फॉर अस ए टिपिकल सन्यासी मींस लाइक होता ना कि थोड़ा सा जो
थोड़े आपकी
वेश धारण अलग होता है एकदम से.
हाँ.
एंड लाइक यू लुक कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. सो हाउ यू डिफाइन इट एक्चुअली?
See, first of all, I would like to share that I have always been a person who likes to dress how I feel.
Okay.
So that is an intrinsic space in me. These days, I feel very young, and I feel very like fresh, and I feel very sort of summery. So I dress like that. But you know, there have been times, and it's all you know, it's very public out there. Also, there have been a whole phase after my book released last year on the 1st of December. My audiobook released, and after that I was in this total phase of like saris. I was just in saris. I love saris.
I was expecting the same today.
Yes, yes, yes. A lot of people were expecting that, but I dress how I feel. And again, you know, it's not my job to see how I'll be perceived. Oh my God, you know, she's a shapeshifter. She shifts her shapes all the time. But we all are. We all are intrinsically able to be anything at all when we are nothing at all. So I dress the colors that I express through, you know, or like the little jewelry pieces. Everything that I put together
Okay.
in my outfit will always be something that is going to reflect how I feel that day. And that is probably the best way to understand how I'm feeling in a day, because I'm not always, I live in layers, you know, like dimension. Mystery is dimensional, and I'm a mystic. I'm on the mystical path, and
Okay.
I'm loving it. So, yes, personally, I find that dressing is a form of art and creativity. You can express through how you dress. But yes, when I'm in the center, when I'm taking sessions with you know, people in India, I am in my gowns. When I'm taking I've recently started taking some sessions when I'm in Canada as well. There I'm in like, you know, yoga clothes and things
Okay.
like that. But otherwise, I'm in my gowns. At the ashram, I'm in my gowns. And at home and every day, you know, like I'm very comfortable in cotton salwar kameezes. That's what I wear.
Okay.
I'm very, very comfortable. The kind of work that I do also. But yeah, when I have a chance to sort of face the camera or go out somewhere and I have a reason to sort of dress up, I will dress up how I feel. But even at home, the colors that I pick. So basically, the inner journey, any sannyas journey is an inner journey. It is to enhance your spirit, and your spirit will express in many ways. Now, this is something I'm telling you from my personal.
Okay.
Now, let's come to neo sannyas. Neo sannyas, neo meaning reprogramming, and sannyas meaning sannyas, which
Okay.
is initiation. So, reprogramming is actually the word that was kind of picked, but I don't find that word to be very accurate in expressing what the neo sannyas journey has been for me, what I have experienced as a neo sannyasin. So, what I can say is that it is a deprogramming process, not a reprogramming process. Deprogramming you from all conditioning. And then it also is a space where you get all the tools that you need without any restrictions to have to follow those tools. You can find outside also. Then, like, to then reprogram yourself through those practices or whatever you have found through those tools to a space where you can then influence at least your immediate surroundings and your
Okay.
communities. Neo sannyas is that, and yes, it is a conditioning again.
Okay.
कि सन्यासी है तो उसको ऐसे ही दिखना चाहिए या ऐसे ही चलना चाहिए या ऐसे कपड़े पहनने चाहिए. जो मरून कपड़े सन्यासी या मंक्स पहनते हैं, दे डोंट एक्चुअली वेयर रेड, दे वेयर मरून. मरून जो कलर है, दैट इज द कलर दैट कीप्स एग्रेसिव एनर्जीज आउट,
Okay.
विच मीन्स दैट आपके अंदर एग्रेशन नहीं आता, आपके अंदर पीस रहता है.
And this is about maroon.
एनी शेड्स ऑफ रेड
अच्छा.
एक्चुअली.
Okay.
बट एकदम आप रेड पहनोगे तो आप देखो कितना कंपैशन है इसके पीछे. जितना ज्यादा रेड होगा उतना ज्यादा द वेयरर इज गोइंग टू फील एट पीस,
अच्छा.
बिकॉज इट विल डिफ्लेक्ट द कलर. कलर इज थेरेपी, राइट? कलर थेरेपी भी तो होती है. हमारे चक्रास के कलर्स क्यों है? Because we balance those. When we are working with any, like when I'm working specifically, there was a period when I was really going through a lot with my throat chakra. My expressions, were creating so much havoc. So, and because of that havoc, my energy was also getting, upset. And because of that, the people that I work with and around, so I had to do something about it. During that time, I was wearing a lot of blue. I'm in blue today also. But denim is, for me, it's an expression of something casual.
Okay.
It's a casual day. But I used to wear a lot of blue to, like, sort of work with the throat chakra. So all of your chakras have colors. So color red जो है, pure red, वो wearer के लिए तो बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन सामने वाले को aggressive करता है.
अच्छा.
देखने वाला, आप बुल के सामने लाल वो क्यों करते हैं? एग्रेसिव हो जाता है ना. तो जो रेड कलर को देखता है वो बहुत एग्रेसिव हो जाता है, उसके अंदर एग्रेशन पैदा होती है, उसको समझ भी नहीं आता कि मैं किस ऐसे इंसान से क्यों. सो कंपैशन के वजह से रेड को मरून कर दिया.
अच्छा.
मरून, इसलिए सारे मंक्स मरून, ऑरेंज.
Buddhist monks and all, yeah.
या वी ऑल्सो वेयर दैट कलर.
Okay.
और हम आश्रम में और सन्यासियों के बीच में रेड पहन सकते हैं, बिकॉज we know that they are also wearing a color that they are going to protect themselves. So it just, aggression is not there. So I think it's a color of peace. So I've explained the process, but to expect every sannyasi to look like the monk is inside you. It's not about how you look. As
Okay.
within, so without hota hai. But as within is not, inside you are not you're nothing, na? You're not even a sannyasi. That is also like a sort of a certain level of identification. Although it is a tool to get rid of all the other identifications. But you're not any profession, you're not your identity and all that.
True.
Inside, you're just, nothing. So I find that creating yourself is creativity. So for me, I think real creativity is, in dressing is to express how you feel,
Great.
as opposed to anything else. So that's why, otherwise I'd be coming to all my podcasts in like maroon gowns. Yeah.
अच्छा सो ओशो के बारे में अगर वापस आते हैं रिगार्डिंग द बुक रिगार्डिंग वुमेन जो बुक लिखा गया है
The Book of Women.
या तो इसमें ही एडवाइस लाइक वुमेन शुड हैव हर ओन चॉइसेस लाइक शी इज नॉट बॉन्ड विथ एनी लिमिटेशंस और समथिंग राइट फ्रॉम चूजिंग पार्टनर्स और कैसे रहना है उनकी मर्जी है आजकल ना सोशल मीडिया पे एक कंट्रोवर्सी बहुत चल रहा है दिस इज अबाउट टू गुरुस एक प्रेमानंद जी महाराज एंड अनिरुद्ध आचार्य महाराज सो इन लोगों ने दे गेव सम काइंड ऑफ एक स्टेटमेंट रिगार्डिंग लिव इन रिलेशनशिप्स एंड ऑल दे स्टेटेड बोथ फॉर मेल एंड फीमेल दोनों की आजकल को जो ट्रेंड चल रहा है सो जिसकी वजह से बहुत ज़्यादा बवाल मचा है मीडिया में एंड कुछ इन्फ्लुएंसर्स आगे उनको गालियाँ दे रहे हैं सेइंग व्हाट दे सेड वाज लिव इन इज नॉट अप्रोप्रिएट हमारे कल्चर के हिसाब से एंड ऑल व्हिच इज नॉट गुड सो सम इन्फ्लुएंसर्स केम बैशिंग सो अब टू ग्रुप्स में मीडिया डिवाइड हो चुका है लाइक समवन सपोर्टिंग एंड समवन अपोजिंग तो इसके बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे
हर जगह डिवाइड है there is a conversation and debate on every topic because we live in duality. We will either be for or against something or the other.
yes
So, first of all, I'd like to state that I'm not a believer of marriage.
अच्छा
I was married,
ओके
divorced, and never again. I am personally, I support live-in relationships
ओके
because I do find that live-in, there's a certain level of freedom yet connectivity, and live-in offers people the opportunity to be interdependent as opposed to codependent. Codependency is toxic, which is what most relationships are. You
Okay.
don't प्यार खत्म भी हो जाता है तो वो रहते हैं साथ में भाई because you know कुछ ना कुछ तो है that is being fulfilled even if it's like दुनिया में कैसे वो दिखते हैं so that is codependency.
ओके
Interdependency live in relationships में हो सकती है. Again, it depends on the individual partners, but I find that psychologically you still are like, no, I have to find my own path. So, like for me, you know, I still make movies with my ex-husband, who we are still business partners and pretty good friends, but it's a purely karmic relationship. There is no dharma between us. Dharma means spiritual. There is no spiritual evolution.
Okay.
And I am so rooted in dharma now, right? It is a purely karmic sort of jitna, as much as you give, you get. You know, so it is a purely karmic, and of course we are friends. So there is a purity of connection and things like that and understanding. But there was a time when we lived in longer. Our live-in relationship worked longer than our marriage.
अच्छा
Marriage only 5 years it lasted. Live-in relationship lasted like 10, 11 years
Okay.
before that. So and soon after wedding, marriage के बाद ही मुझे difference feel होना शुरू हो गया था.
अच्छा
I don't know when he started feeling it, but I started feeling it. Now, in these perspectives, what it is that but still, that karmic space only occupies maybe like 20% of my life's time. The rest of the time I'm totally focused on the stuff that I'm creating through my dharma, work with other people, my this thing, and like my own creative projects and things like that. So the reason why I'm explaining this to you in this kind of depth is that sorry, what did you ask? That how did you put the question? I'm trying to remember that.
मैं अब आजकल जो सोशल मीडिया में बवाल चल रहा है ना रिगार्डिंग प्रेमानंद जी
हाँ, वो
महाराज
तो मैं समझ गई.
सो what these gurus हमारा जो गुरु है they are opposing about the live-in relationship they say
Yeah.
it's not good for the society that's what they're saying we're not that evolved for approving this live-in वाला करके and इसमें पूरा इन्फ्लुएंसर्स दो में बट गए
हाँ.
इंस्टाग्राम पे
सो व्हाट इज माय ओपिनियन ऑन दैट? बंटने का तो मैंने आपको बता दिया हमारे अंदर। सो मैं आपको ये सारी चीजें इसलिए समझा रही थी कि आई वॉज ट्राइंग टू गिव यू माई पर्सपेक्टिव ऑन लिविंग, दैट आई थॉट वॉज द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट आई शुड डू. But in order to come to the fact that divide up today, when I work with my ex, I'm also still labeled. I'm still, like put in a box that because there is taboo that, oh my God, like like she's still dependent on him. Whereas that is not true. Today, I don't need any of it. But my value is still there. He still, as a director, thinks that I'm capable to do his films, and so that is there. That is my worth and value. So, and we are interdependent. We both bring something to the table that the other cannot have, and so we create very beautifully together. But there is a divide. Very small number of people, the people who know me directly, they're like, you don't know? You don't know her? She, she encourages, she pushes, she stands as a support system. You don't know her. They see me very differently. But people who have tried to make a full personality and a character of me based on just momentary expressions, or, who see these things and want to judge from their conditioning, they will judge because if the majority, हम कलयुग में जीते हैं. कलयुग क्या है? Everything is darkness. That means the unanimous voice, the strongest voice in the world, the unanimous voice, is the voice of darkness. तो majority जहां खड़ी है, वो darkness के साथ खड़ी है. It's the Kal Yuga.
Yeah.
And the light, most of the time, is hiding. Because it is smaller. It is always hiding. And where is it hiding? Inside us. We can be the light.
Okay. अगर मैं समराइज करूं जो आपने बताया, सो ओशो ने एक पर्टिकुलर टर्म दिया था मैरिज को. ही टर्म्ड इट एज लाइसेंस फॉर रेप.
Just before you go into this, I wanted to just sum up that question of yours because it's such a personal thing to me also, in experience and things like that, that we will always see everything through our lens. And there is no end to debates and divides in the world, whether you talk on social media, whether you talk real war. It will not end because peace is beyond duality. Some will be for and against, and from the non-duality perspective, you're like, y'all are both saying the same thing, two sides of the same coin. There is no argument here. You can agree to everything, even that which you agree to disagree with.
True.
That is your peace. And yes, you can say, oh, but aren't you a conscious citizen of this world? Don't you have a voice? Don't you voice your... I do. But you're already voicing that. You're already having that debate. You don't need another voice to add to it. It's the unanimous voice. I'd like to use my voice to put out there the direction that I'm moving in, which is ultimate truth, not relative truth. We'll come to that, but not through the lens. Beyond the lens, there is no fight. So that's how I see it. I know I've taken some time to answer this, but I hope that is answered. It's a very deep question, even though it's a very normal thing that's happening, and it's very relevant today. And it's very personal to my life.
No, actually, it's becoming very common nowadays. बहुत ज़्यादा common हो चुका है. See, in metros and all, metros and all, it doesn't matter much.
When I lived in, only 3% of this country's population was living in. Divorce हो गया, सब हो गया. आज तक, my parents and me don't talk about it.
Okay.
Because they are very forward, very, very open-minded parents I have. Very forward-thinking parents, even in Canada. And they're always evolving. But still.
Okay. So, if at all we want to discuss the point, जो point मैंने बताया था ओशो के बारे में, he coined a name, license to rape, regarding the arranged marriage.
Yeah.
So, how do you see that?
I mean, I won't use the term license to rape. But I don't, I understand where he's coming from. You know, what happens is that after a while, any sort of physical intimacy where love is not present, or where the physical intimacy is happening because both are trying to get something from the other, in some ways it becomes non-consensual. I mean, you're not even consenting with yourself. You're doing something just because it needs to be done and because it has to be done, or because you have some need in it. So, in marriage, a lot of the times, and I'm not saying only women, today, when Osho was in the body, he said this from the perspective of women. But I say this from in the world that we live in today, even 33, 40, 50 years later, I see it from both sides
Okay.
that even men suffer in this dynamic where, like women have also, sort of really expanded on their masculine energies and expression of sexuality and things like that. So it's now both ways, like it's just that people feel sort of, they feel used after a while and they don't even know why they're feeling like not comfortable. So this is how I see it, and the reason why his focus was not on the license to rape. His focus was on illuminating the truth, or showing the mirror of the truth of the fact that marriage is a very society based institution, and it is something outside of your love, outside of you, that is deciding, like the state and things like that. And it is giving you ownership. You belong to him, he belongs to you. So, the moment ownership comes in, then people get reduced to things. But people get reduced to things even in the world today. All our professions are things, What is your value? What is your worth? No one is questioning you. Even if no one is questioning you, I mean, I have reverence for the fact, I have a lot of respect for the fact, and also a lot of gratitude that the world, put that question in my, through the world, that question came in my mind, because I never questioned myself, that what is value, what is my value, what is my worth. But when that question was put in front of me, I was like, do I have no value? Do I have no worth? And my today, the reason I'm feeling so liberated and so free and so happy is because I looked, when the mirror was shown to me, that no one can tell you your worth and your value, you have to claim it yourself. I took that mirror and I looked inside myself and I said, yes, I'm willing to accept that this may be something that I, like put myself through, but still with reflection, because my direction is ultimate truth, like what is beyond what is the truest self. I again came back to the same place, that if I reduce, value and worth is not erasing. To me, everybody has an intrinsic value, they were born with it. But to put that question and to reduce myself, I'm not elevating myself. I find it a reduction from human to thing.
Okay.
थिंग्स है वैल्यू, थिंग्स है वर्थ. तुम खरीद सकते हो उनको, तुम बेच सकते हो, तुम लीज पे ले सकते हो, तुम, पर इंसान चीज थोड़ी है. पर इंसान मतलब पूरी दुनिया में वैल्यू और वर्थ को ढूंढ रहा है. तो मैरिज में यही होता है.
ये मेरा चीज ऐसा बन जाता है.
आपकी आइडेंटिटी इन द वर्ल्ड में भी यही चीज होती है. आपकी पर्सनालिटी, कैरेक्टर, ये सब क्या है? वैल्यू वर्थ ही तो है, चीज ही तो बन गया. सो वैल्यू एंड लाइक मैरिज में आपके ऊपर एक वैल्यू, एक वर्थ दे दी जाती है विद अ टाइटल, वाइफ, हस्बैंड, एंड देन यू गेट रिड्यूस टू थिंग्स. जहाँ ओनरशिप है वहाँ तो प्यार नहीं हो सकता, बिकॉज लव इज फ्रीडम, which does not actually mean that where there is freedom, there is also responsibility. There are both sides. So when you're totally alone and you're free, then you can do whatever you want. But when you're in a connection, solidified connection or verbalized connection, When you're in an actual connection, then what happens is that, you know, you in a free connection also, because freedom में प्यार है, the fact that you will see that my partner gives me so much freedom in this conditioned world to be who I want to be and to express myself how I want to express, that in itself will throw you in a place where, no, I am responsible for his joy, or for, to not make him feel insecure.
But that's correct, right?
ये अपने आप आती है. जब अपने आप आती है, ये आपके ऊपर थोपा नहीं गया कि ये शादी है, शादी के ये रूल्स है. एंड इसीलिए चीटिंग होती है, बिकॉज रूल्स आर मेंट टू बी ब्रोकन.
नहीं, एक्चुअली एक और भी पॉइंट है, आई एम सॉरी बीच में पूछ रहा हूँ. ही वाज अगेंस्ट अबाउट मोनोगमी एज लाइक वन सिंगल पार्टनर के लिए, लाइक
ही वाज नॉट अगेंस्ट मोनोगमी.
ओके.
He was for monogamy. But he said that, I tell you something, so I'll speak from personal experience. In any relationship that I have been, I've been in and out of relationships since I was 16, even younger, and like I was, but those are bachpan ke relationships. But I will tell you, even between, my friends who are men or my cousins, those men who have been, and I'm talking men,
Okay.
not women. You can put this to women also. Today there is not much difference in that, because we are all operating mostly from masculine energy. So this masculine energy has, any man that I have met who has been with many women or different kinds of women, is more likely to be a secure, safe, comfortable place for the woman he actually loves, who he wants to settle down with. And there are chances that he will never leave that woman,
ओके.
because he's seen it. He has seen it. So what does this tell us about the, the human? That we are not creatures that were created to be tied and bound to one.
ओके.
Right? At least the male. Because you see, in ancient seals, from the Mesopotamian civilization, the Indus Valley civilization, the Egyptians, like the oldest civilizations of the world, you get these excavations में seals मिलते हैं, जिनके ऊपर art बने हुए होते थे. You will always see that a woman is always depicted with that one soulmate, or like calling out to her one soulmate. But the masculine, the man, will always be depicted dancing between 100 naked women. Why? Why is it so difficult for us to accept that is masculine nature? There is hunger in that nature. And that hunger needs to be satisfied before any sort of a spiritually evolved relationship can come together, or a relationship where you can spiritually evolve together. That hunger needs to be satisfied.
Okay.
So any self-respecting woman, no matter how much she likes you, if she's spiritually evolved, no matter how much she loves you, she will always say, first, go and satisfy yourself with all the women you have. And somehow the woman who is, sitting, or has been somehow, without her own sort of doing, has chosen to not engage her energy with just anyone, has landed on years of celibacy, she'll still find joy. She'll not get frustrated. यार आदमी तो उसको तो, he will go off this thing. He needs to satisfy that. And I'm saying man, you can put it in women also. I'm talking energy. I don't speak gender because I don't identify with gender. I identify with energy.
Okay.
So, because we have both. So, Osho was not against monogamy. He said, just like I explained, now it makes difference and now it looks different to you, doesn't it? It's all in the perspective. But my perspective that I'm telling you is not for or against either. It is a non-dual perspective. The perspective beyond fights. The fight is inside you. There is no fight outside. When you're split inside, should I believe in this? Should I not? It is your shadow and your light. The part that you are not for, the part that you are against, is in your shadow. Why are you against? Where is that trigger coming from? What is making you say you are against that side? It is inside you. Find it inside. Then you will really, once the shadow also comes to the light. That's why for a sannyasi, any situation in the outside world that is designed or has come at them to break them, you can't break a living being. You cannot break the soul. All you can break is the ego. वो तो जंप करके लेगा, तोड़ो भाई मेरी ईगो, बिकॉज तुम मेरी ईगो तोड़ोगे तो क्या होगा? माई शैडो विल कम टू लाइट, मोर ऑफ मी विल बिकम लाइट, and then I want to operate from the light. I don't want to be triggered. I don't want. You will find a person who goes more and more towards peace will be a person who will be triggered less and less. उसको चीज़ें इफेक्ट ही नहीं करेंगी. इंडिफरेंट नहीं है, उसको फीलिंग होती है बट वो इफेक्ट नहीं होगा. Osho was saying the way to this is a false, hypocritical, imposed, monogamous society. Go towards monogamy, which is the ultimate. He himself was only with one partner. We'll come to that also. But he was saying that do what you need to satisfy yourself. Only when you're satisfied can you step into anything that is, I mean, if you want to be in a karmic relationship, that's okay. Give what you get. But if you want to be in an unconditionally loving and relationship that grows your spirit and evolves your spirit like two people, for me, I don't think I could be in a connection with anyone now, or in any sort of relating with anyone who, I mean, in the karmic world I can be when I'm making movies and things like that. I just have to like know that I'm dealing here with how much I give is how much I get. But in the dharmic world, I cannot do that. I give unconditionally, and whatever I get from existence, झुक के ले लिया, thank you, grateful. So he was not against. He was taking people. He was saying satisfaction नहीं होगी तो तुम किसी भी धर्म की तरफ, spiritual की तरफ नहीं बढ़ सकते.
That's true, but the society is not ready for that kind of thing, right?
I know, but
I mean, just imagine husband.
But imagine if ओशो अपने टाइम पे उन्होंने भी ये चीजें नहीं करी होती तो आज तो सोसाइटी और भी बैकवर्ड होती ना. I'm not going to say backward. I'm taking those words back. Unprepared. It would be even more unprepared. Today, the Gen Zs, I'm learning how to say that word. Gen Zs are more open to Osho's philosophies.
Maximum
They are living like that.
Yeah.
But they are living like that from the shadow, not the light. That is the difference.
That's creating problem for many of us.
It's creating, I mean, there is no problem. Again, the solution is also there. It is not, see, you can sit there and say we will never evolve. But right now, when you're listening to my perspective and you're saying, no, the way she's putting that the perspective doesn't seem wrong. But it is your mind right now that is blocking that and saying, no, no. Condition is so strong. Mind is your master. It will never let you. Why mind stops you from meditation? यार नहीं होता यार. Thoughts आते हैं. And even when you get on a meditative, you just miss it. Meditation क्यों नहीं होगा? Because mind is against meditation. Your mind is controlling you. You are not the master of your mind. Osho was shaking people up and telling them you are the master of your mind. Don't let your mind, don't let your conditions, don't let what the society has fed you, make you run. Yes, we live in a cordial society, harmonious, and we all have to move towards making it a better place. But by keeping a closed eye to the truth, we as a human collective are cheating ourselves. So there will always be the odd ones out who are going to say, no, I will walk in my truth, even if I am shot. I said that. I wanted to make a movie, Who Killed Osho. It's on a book. And Swamiji told me, it's a dangerous thing you're doing. I said, let it be the last thing I do. तब जोश था, भगवान का प्यार एकदम परवान चढ़ा हुआ था. अभी तो सेटल हो गया है. Now the love has become, it's matured. My love with my guru has matured more. It doesn't need constant expression, So it's become a very internal space. So I hope that answers your question. I mean, I'm trying my best to give you perspectives, not because I want people to love or respect Osho. They don't have to. There's so many gurus, or you don't even have to get a guru or be open to a guru. Guru only shows up when you're ready. So when you're ready, the guru will come and you will accept. My focus always when I talk about Osho now is very, very focused on the fact that if I have experienced it, it is my own wisdom as well. So yes, Osho is my partner in my highest dimension of reality. He's my boyfriend, my husband, no husband, I don't believe in marriage, but my boyfriend, my partner, my everything in my highest dimension of reality. And he's a genius. So that is what will trickle down. In every dimension of reality, I will always co-create and, with geniuses. And that is what is happening, whether it's film, whether it's, my other personal creative projects that I'm doing right now that I'm like so much joy with. And everywhere that I'm creating, and I'm doing multiple, little creative projects.
Okay.
And all of them are working with geniuses. Why? Because but the highest dimension, there's a genius working with me. But you don't have to see him like a genius. You want to see him like a troublemaker or someone who, creates problems. You can see it like that. But the thing is that you're not ignoring him also, na?
थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्सी वाला क्वेश्चन पे आते हैं फिर. You
ये
say
सारी कोई कंट्रोवर्शियल नहीं थे.
both simple life. He believed in living as a very simple life.
Yes.
However, when we browse over the internet and all, we came to know 93 Rolls Royce. 99.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thanks for correction. Internet में 93 ही
Some
दिखा रहा
of
था.
the most expensive watches he wore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
of the world.
ये जो luxurious वाला चीज एंगल आ चुका है, spirituality, simplicity, वो एक अलग एंगल है. फिर luxurious वाला चीज कहाँ से आ गया?
So are you saying that luxury cannot be simple?
I think so.
You don't think luxury can be simple? Have you lived a luxurious life?
No.
Okay. I have lived both a luxurious life and a pauper's life.
Okay.
There have been days when, because, I have not taken money from my family, although my family is very well off, but self-respecting, righteous आदमी होता है. I used to be very righteous. कि घर से पैसे नहीं लेने. So I have not taken money from my family for the last, since maybe, I've been working since I was very little. I did my first ad when I was 5. But I've been working with, not taking money from them, let's say 16, 17 years old, 16, 17 से तो मेरा सारा खर्चा I'm taking care of myself. कभी बीच में एक आध बारी कभी सपोर्ट कर दिया उन्होंने, कर दिया. पर ऐसे फेजेस भी आए हैं जहाँ 4-4 दिन भूखी सो गई मैं. क्या करें, पैसे नहीं है.
Okay.
भूखी सोई हूँ. In fact, years at a stretch I have lived like that. That हर महीने के लास्ट के 4 दिन पानी से गुजारा करना पड़ता था.
अच्छा.
4 दिन. So I've been there, so I know that when luxury is presented with such openness to a culture that is not, or to a place that is not always able to experience culture. I'm not saying this to you. You have to remove yourself from this conversation and then have a conversation with me. It triggers. It creates this. How can spirituality and luxury live together? How can simplicity and luxury live together? Some of the richest men, women, men, whatever, some of the richest people that I have met who travel in private jets from one country to another, or like I met some people, like my parents are well connected. And some of the richest people that I've met are the simplest. मारवाड़ियों को देख लो हमारी कंट्री में कितना पैसा उनके पास, बिजनेसमैन, लेकिन सिंपल सा एक वाइट कलर का कुर्ता पजामा पहन के घूमते हैं, दिखाते कम है. पंजाबियों के पास पैसा कम होता है पर दिखाते ज्यादा है. दैट इज देयर. और कुछ के पास होता है वो दिखाते भी हैं, कुछ के पास होता है वो नहीं दिखाते. इट इज अगेन एक्सप्रेशन है. The 99 Rolls Royces were gifted to him, all gifted. They were not his. So he always used to say, it is not mine. People have given me out of love. And they wanted to give me 365 so that every day of the year, I come out in a new Rolls Royce, in a different Rolls Royce. So this was the aim, and my disciples love me. Anything given to me with love, I cannot throw it away. गुरु अपने शिष्य का प्यार तो टुकरा के नहीं कर सकता. उनके तो सारे रिच शिष्य थे. अपने गुरु के प्यार में मैंने अपनी जिंदगी बदल दी. गुरु के प्यार में मतलब मैं संस्था खोल दी, अंडर प्रिविलेज बच्चों को अपलिफ्ट करने लग गई, जगह बना रही हूँ, मतलब क्या क्या नहीं करते आप प्यार में. पूरा एक मतलब मेरी अपनी एक इंडिपेंडेंट mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, physical independence, total independent life khul gayi just by loving my guru in the wellness sector and things like that. So, long story short, what I'm trying to say is the fact that simplicity and luxury cannot coexist is a conditioning. Simplicity is not of what you have. Simplicity is of the innocence that you have inside yourself. How little strategy you need to live your life. How little planning you need. How you can just live in the moment. That is simplicity.
So finalize क्या करेंगे फिर? If at all you have to summarize.
If I have to summarize, I would say that I am very much a believer in this philosophy that you live well. Don't live beyond your means, but live well within your means. Whatever you have, live well. Fulfill all your desires so that those desires become meaningless for you and you can move towards something higher.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will go into spirituality also ना. आपका वो भूख not let you move. वो आपको आगे बढ़ने नहीं देगी. और दुनिया की आवाज इतनी, आप कान के कच्चे थोड़े से भी होगे ना, आप उसमें खो जाओगे उस आवाज में. प्यार से कोई आपको झूठ बोल देगा, उस झूठ को आप पी लोगे. तो अपने पहले आपका फोकस होना चाहिए अपने डिजायर्स पूरे करो. नीड से ऑपरेट मत करो. नीड से आप स्पिरिचुअलिटी में नहीं जा सकते. अगर आपकी कुछ नीड है उसको पूरी करो. वांट इज टू वांट समथिंग इज अ हायर एक्सप्रेशन देन टू नीड. नीड इज हंगर. Want is not hunger. It's like I'm not hungry, but I sure would like that. It's a difference. First, move from need to, when you're operating from need, you're going to see everybody's operating from need. But then there are some of us who are not operating from need. And that's why we are not chasing anything and things are coming to us now.
True. And if at all we talk about the parents वाला statement पे, Osho said like parents are villains actually बच्चों के life में. He clearly stated like बच्चों की जिंदगी खराब करने वाले parents ही होते हैं. And he also mentioned कि
3 Idiots में भी तो थोड़ा बहुत यही बोला था, पर अलग
not
तरीके से
everyone
कहा.
I would say, not everyone, but होते कुछ होते हैं, एंड यहाँ पर ये पॉइंट पुट अक्रॉस करना चाहता हूँ, ही एडवाइज फॉर काइंड ऑफ कम्युनिटी रेजिंग किड्स, लाइक
या
एक
कम्युनिटी
मदर फादर की तरह ना हो, लेकिन बहुत सारे लाइक कपल्स रेजिंग चिल्ड्रन टुगेदर, तो वो ज़्यादा बेहतर होगा करके, इसको कैसे हम जस्टिफाई करेंगे, कैसे हम इसको सपोर्ट करेंगे स्टेटमेंट को?
सी यू डोंट हैव टू सपोर्ट दिस स्टेटमेंट अगेन, फॉर एंड अगेंस्ट नहीं से मैं बात करूंगी, पर मैं पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से आपसे बात करती हूँ. आई वॉज रेज्ड बाय 3 sets of parents
ओके,
and 2 sets of grandparents.
अच्छा,
3 sets of parents means मेरी मम्मा पापा सुबह काम पे चले जाते थे, शाम को आते थे, उनको पता सब होता था कि मेरी लाइफ में क्या चल रहा है, एंड माई मदर वुड ऑलवेज नो कि मेरे दिमाग में भी क्या चल रहा है. शी हैड टू बी फास्टर देन मी. शी लाइक कीपिंग अप विद दिस गर्ल इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट, बट शी हैड टू keep up. Her pace also with this. So, but my father's best friend, who is no more, we lost him to. I mean, he's total Devdas story with all the characters intact. There was a Paru, there was a Chandramukhi, and everything, and it was the same story. So I seen it in my life. You know, someone perishing to alcoholism, and it's a very scary thing for me actually, because it's hit home, right? I lost him. So one set of parents I lost, and then there's another set of parents, my dad's elder brother and his wife. So घर पे तो वो ही मुझे पालती थी. She knew my first boyfriend, my first kiss, my first गंदी आदतें, you know, like all the wrong things that I did. She was the one I would go and talk to. My mom still gets like, तुम उसको बताती थी, मुझे नहीं बताती थी. But like now I'm very close in this project.
आई रियली विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द मूवी.
Thank you.
एंड कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे हमारे ऑडियंस को?
ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं. I just would like to say to you, thank you for having me, and I always just love connecting with various different audiences. And if you have enjoyed this talk on Osho, you can hear it directly from the horse's mouth. Swami Anand Arun, my guru who initiated me, is coming to Goa for a 3-day retreat, and it's the first time. It's going to be a mega retreat. You can come and sort of celebrate with him and learn directly from him. So yeah, that's all.
ऑलराइट, थैंक यू सो मच जी, थैंक यू हमारे स्टूडियो में आने के लिए, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much.